This channel is made possible by viewers like you. My viewers, subscribers, and patrons greatly help to keep this channel going. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for all of you. Please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any uploads. And if you'd like to go the extra mile, please check out my Patreon page. For just $1 a month, you'll get access to what I'm working on, previews of upcoming content, and even early videos, along with other tier options for those that are interested. Thank you, and now on to the video. With 2023 only having 2 months left, I am left to think back on all the titles that I had a chance to play this year. I got to play many good ones, some big AAA games, others small yet delightful indies, along with even taking the time to revisit some of the prior ones from last year that I either missed or wanted to play again. And since I'm only just one guy who runs this channel, there are plenty of games that I end up missing, mainly due to time. If I had it my way, I would spend all my time gaming, but life just doesn't work out that way. But I really love when I find a title that happens to grab my attention. In some cases, gives me exactly what I want. It can make for something that I want to get back to whenever I have free time. And it is even better when it's attached to a property that I think is fantastic. The original Robocop film is one of the best pieces of science fiction. It is a relatively tight and brisk-paced film that covers so many things and is done masterfully. You have all that violent action you would want, an interesting story about a man being turned into a robot, plenty of satire, lots of humor, and it asks a lot of interesting questions. So when a game studio wants to come in and make a sequel for it, it has a lot to live up to. Now sure, if you just want to deliver fun action within this world, that might even be just enough for a fun experience. But Robocop Rogue City goes further than this, while even touching on some of the more captivating and nuanced elements of its world and story, while also delivering an interactive experience. When I'm playing this game, I'm having a great time. When I'm not playing it, I keep thinking about it and how much I want to replay it already. Where Terminator Resistance felt like a Christmas gift to the fans, Robocop Rogue City is a Christmas gift to those fans as well. When the game was being previewed and discussed before launch, something that I found very interesting was the talk of some open world elements. While it would have been cool to drive around the city while on patrol, I did not think that usable vehicles would be a feature, at least within this game. I think that if open world elements were going to be used, then it was going to be one of two options. One, you could have this open space with plenty to do, and if this was the case I was hoping for, it would be more along the lines of the recent Deus Ex games, where it was a dense area and not one that feels bloated to play within. Bigger doesn't always mean better. How does the game really use that space? Now the second option would be something similar to how levels played out in Terminator Resistance, with some improvements and expansions. I really liked what we ended up getting as far as open world sections are concerned here. Levels sort of fall into one of three buckets. You have your more linear and forward moving action focused levels. There might be some build up to the action, some mystery or tension building, and then it's plenty of explosive action until the end. Then you have the levels that are much bigger, offer more exploration, side objectives, and even optional areas to explore and fight through. These levels feel more expansive than the direct levels. This was sort of how the level structure was done in Terminator Resistance, a mix of direct linear levels with more open ones mixed in. But in Robocop we have those two level types along with instances where we get to play within a city. This is where the pacing takes more of a moderate approach and allows for the hub-like open world experience to enjoy. The first time you encounter the open world, it's at night and perfectly captures the look and feel of Robocop's world. It's dirty, not safe, and crime is almost everywhere. This is not a place you would want to live in, but rather one you would want to explore from the comfort of your own home. You do have a more direct questline if you want to ignore all the opportunities for optional gameplay. You can just follow the main quest and then leave the area for the next mission. But if you did that, then you would miss out on a lot of fun. The open world lets the game breathe a bit, and just let you take it in, without being all bombastic action. Exploring the streets could result in you finding evidence or stolen items that can result in providing you with rewards or even identifying a citizen in need of help. This is where you get to toy around with the choice system, and based on your actions, this could mean leaving a more favorable or unfavorable impression on a specific individual or how the public views you. Some of these are pretty funny as well, displaying the humor we love from the film.
Are those two men bothering you?
First, they harass my customers. Then they threaten to burn down my shop. You need to do something about it, officer.
What do you want, cop? Can't we have a little bit of fun? We did nothing wrong.
Your volume control seems to be broken.
Leave it! That's brand new!
You will even see some vehicles that might be in need of some tickets, and it will be up to you if you should issue them. While I enjoyed much of the side content, I think the optional investigations are where the side content shines. This sort of stuff feels a bit inspired by the likes of Deus Ex Human Revolution and Mankind Divided. While walking around the city, you will encounter or stumble across a new crime or investigation that will require your attention to complete it. This usually means surveying a crime scene, identifying all the clues, talking to any witnesses, and then trying to find your next lead so that you can solve the crime. These are not simple checkbox-like stuff where it's this quick and short mission. Some of these can be rather involved with you needing to go to multiple locations to solve the crime. They feel like episodic narratives that are satisfying to complete. Along with this, you are receiving help from an informant struggling with their own demons, while also trying to do the right thing. It is in these moments that we see some warmth and humanity from Robocop. Yes, he is an indestructible killing machine when faced against brutal criminals, but he is still a man, and the game allows the player to see different sides of that character that are explored well in the film and here within the game. The open world feels more personal here. It isn't very big, but the optional cases and even situations you run into is an area of the game that stays with you. You are not doing checklist type work that extends the runtime. You are engaging with fun exploration and investigations that leans more on the good writing that the game provides. Robocop Rogue City works on many levels. It has plenty of that violent shooting that you would want from a Robocop game. The gunplay in this is so satisfying. Your Auto 9 is such a joy to use. I can understand if you never pick up any other optional firearm as well. It's one of the best guns put to film, and now you can use it within the game. You feel like a god when you're using it. Also, there's some good personalization when it comes to upgrading it through the different boards that you'll find, meaning that you can tweak the Auto 9 a bit to how you want it to be for your experience. Plus, Robocop can pick up most enemies and toss them around like toys, and instantly kill most with his punch. The ragdoll plus the violence greatly contributes to making all the action in this feel great and something that is highly replayable. I had no idea how an enemy would react to me killing them. Maybe shooting them results in them holding their crotch, or I blow their head or leg off and then they react stunned. When you pair the gunplay with the investigations, I think you have something special here. For those of you worried that this would be Terminator Resistance with a Robocop skin, that is not the case at all. It does have a similar flow in how the levels are done, but at the same time, Robocop has some of its own uniqueness, like with the open world hubs. I hope this game ends up selling well because I want to see more from this developer. They seem like the only ones that actually care about the legacy properties and respecting them. They seem to have a knack for 80s IP, so maybe they should adapt some more. Robocop Rogue City is a game that makes me smile and laugh because of the entertainment value it brings. Sure, it has some jank and warts, but you can see past much of this because of the amount of good and care that is provided to the character. If you would like to see more videos on this game, let me know. Also, if you have played the game, what are your thoughts on it so far? What do you think of the open world? Let me know all of this in the comments down below. If you're interested in being notified of new videos, please hit the subscribe button and bell. And if you would like to support the channel and get early access to content, please check out my Patreon. All of the links will be at the end of this video and within the description. And thank you very much for watching.